class. Hope all is good at your end. Children, today we are going to continue with our previous topic with some new features. So let's begin our class. Okay, Shemstars, let's continue our lesson 6, formulas and functions. And in this chapter, we have to learn today about the functions, function library and formula errors. These are the just 3 subtopics that are left for this chapter. Now let's understand these one by one. So we are going to start with the functions first of all. Let's understand what the functions are. Students, functions are the pre-designed formulas in Excel to perform both simple and complex calculations. Functions save time and eliminate the chance to write wrong formulas. They accept arguments and return values. One example, it's already here. So if I just click here on this cell, you will see a formula here that's equals to sum F7 G7. This is a range. We have already done it. We have understood about all the functions before, about sum, average, count, max. These are the main functions that we use in Excel. Okay, so how to write a formula, that also you already know. That equals to is very important. Then we have to write the name of the function. For example, it is the sum function, that means total we have to find out. Then we have to give the brackets. Inside that we have to write down the range, which are also known as the argument. Arguments contain the information you want to calculate. Arguments are the input values to the functions. The values are given within the parenthesis, and arguments can be numbers, text, etc. and are always enclosed within the parenthesis. Fine? So, this is how to calculate. You know the formula already, and if we have used a formula equals to sum, then F7 to G7, we are getting a value as 146. That means total of 68 and 78. Similarly, you know that we can drag a formula down to calculate the total of all. Suman, Subodh, Ranjana and Kirti as well. Similarly, another function that we have, average. If you have to calculate the average, you will go to again equals to, you will write down average. Again, you will give the argument, that is range on which we have to find out the average, and you will get the value as 73. Again, if you want to bring the arrow down, move it, and you will find out the average that is calculated for all these children. So there are so many functions that we already know about. Now the next function that we will talk about is the function library. There are many functions defined in Excel, and it is beyond the capacity of a person to remember the name and the functionality of each one of them. To overcome it, Excel has clubbed all the functions in the function library group that you use in your maths. Let's discuss 2 common functions in math and trigonometry category, like LCM and GCD. Students, you already know about the LCM, and you have done it in your maths. This function returns the least common multiple of integers. The least common multiple is the smallest positive integer, that is a multiple of all the numbers supplied as arguments. So for example, I'll just show it to you here. Supposing I take as here as numbers. If I want, I can take numbers here, or I can simply go to the formulas. Here is a one function. We have formulas, and under formulas we have maths and trigonometry function. So if I go here, I have to find out where is the LCM. So let me move down. Here is LCM. Now once I click on it, now you will get this dialog box. Now it is going to ask you you have to find out the LCM of which number. So number 1, supposing I am writing here as 6, and number 2, supposing I am writing it as 4, number 3, supposing I am writing as 2. Now if I just click on OK, you will get the value, though you are getting a value already here, the result as formula result equals to 12. That means this is the value for the LCM. If I click OK, you will find out the value here as 12. So because I had clicked only on this cell, so you are getting a result here. So 12, you got the LCM of this value, these 3 numbers. Similarly, if you go again to the same function, maths and trigonometry, go down, and now you want to find out the GCD. GCD is here. Let me write the numbers here. Say 8, I'm writing here as 6, I'm writing here as 4 maybe. Then I'm going to press as enter here. OK. So you will get the value as 2 here as GCD. This function calculates the greatest common divisor or highest common factor of 2 or more integers. Now the greatest common divisor is the largest positive integer that divides the numbers without a remainder. Fine. So this is how we can calculate the GCD LCM in the Excel as well. Though it takes lot of time, if you have big numbers to solve in maths, it takes lot of time. But in Excel, in spreadsheet, within a fraction of a second, you get the result. Now, next we have the last topic, that is formula errors. Now this is very common, and children find it when they just work in Excel. They find these errors in their Excel sheet. First one, if you get this error in your Excel while working, hash. This error occurs if the column is not having enough space to accommodate the value. That means value is big and your cell width is less. So for that you have to make it wide. You have to increase the width of your column, then only you will get the largest value in your cell. Now second is, if we have a hash value, this error we get. Fine. So this occurs if the formula contains an invalid valid arguments. Suppose the range is not correct that you have to calculate on, and the range name is not given correctly, so you will get this error in Excel. Then we have next one, that is hash name error. So it occurs if the formula used is incorrect. Okay, if you are using a formula and that is incorrect, then you will get this error in Excel. Next is hash div /0 and exclamatory mark. This error means this will occur if the number is divided by a 0 or an empty cell. That means you are dividing a value, any value, with an empty cell where there is no value given. So you will get this error. Now I'll show you with the help of an example here. So I have got this error as hash name ? So I told you already, hash name ? This error occurs if the formula is incorrect. So check the formula that I have given in formula bar. So you can find it out here. What I have written? I have written it here as equals to TDAY, and then I have given parenthesis. What is TDAY? Nothing, because I have written a formula that is wrong. So I had to write here as today. because I want today's date. So if I'm writing here equals to today, I'm writing it this way. Now if I press enter, now you will see the value. Now see, you're getting the result, you're getting today's date. So if you have to get today's date, you have to use a function as today, but that should be correct. So if you have any formula that you write incorrectly, then you will get the the error as hash name question mark. So children, I hope now all the functions, all the library functions in fact you have understood, and where are these functions, you have understood that also. So please try all these functions in Excel. So then practice is very important. Unless and until you practice, you won't be able to understand it better. Thank you, Shemstars. That's all for today. Hope you understood the topic very well. If you have any doubts, you can drop your queries in the Google Classroom. Take care of yourself and God bless you all.